Do you forget words when speaking English? Then watch this video. Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Inside English. I am Ali, helping you learn English in a fast and easy way. Today I am going to share with you how to remember words when speaking English. How to remember words when speaking English. I'm going to share with you 5 steps on how to remember words and come up with ideas when speaking English. So now, before we go any further in this video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet and activate the ring bell. And now let's go. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you understand everything you hear, but when it comes to speaking English, it is difficult? You can't find words. You don't remember the words. You are struggling. You don't know what to say or what vocabulary to use, what tenses, what grammar to use, and you are struggling, and it takes you a lot of time to come up with an idea or a sentence. This is very natural. This is very natural, and it happens because you are trying to speak a foreign language, especially at first, and you are still learning how to speak a foreign language. Because it takes a mix of elements. It takes more than one element. It takes vocabulary, it takes grammar, intonation, pronunciation. So when you try to speak a foreign language, your brain, your mind is thinking of all these things and trying to come up with an idea or a phrase or a sentence. This is why it is difficult and it's hard and it takes you a lot of time. And the person speaking to you finds it hard to be patient with you because it takes a lot of time for you to say a sentence, and this is very natural. That's why today I'm going to share with you 5 effective steps on how to remember words and come up with phrases and ideas and sentences in English. Now, step number 1, pick out topics for English conversations. Choose things that are frequently used in English conversations. Choose topics that people often talk about in English conversations, like work, hobbies, sports, food, travel, diving, swimming, and so on. Now, all you need is a pen and a notebook. You need a pen and a notebook, and you can divide your notebook into 5 sections. In each section, you will write about the important words and phrases. For example, section number 1, we will make it for travel. You need to write all the important words and sentences and phrases that are related to travel. Write them down in your notebook. You can read them later on, repeat them, say them out loud until you have memorized them. Section number 2, again, you will do the same thing. You'll write the important words and important phrases that people often use when talking about sports. Then again, you will read them out loud, you will memorize them, you will repeat them, and so on. So now you have 5 sections in your notebook. Each section has important phrases and words related to each topic that you have chosen. Step number 2, prepare a script for your conversation. This is very helpful because when you write, you have enough time to think about grammar and vocabulary. You have enough time to organize your thoughts and make your own sentences. We have just written a few topics in our notebook. Let's pick travel, for example. I need you to write 10 sentences on each topic. Write 10 sentences on each topic. Let's pick travel, for example. I will write 5 sentences on it now, but I want you to write 10 sentences. I want you to write 10 sentences on each topic, okay? Let's pick travel, for example. I'm going to say, I love traveling to Europe. Then what else can I say? If you run out of ideas and you don't know what to say, ask yourself questions. You can get ideas from resources from the internet, But you can also ask yourself questions like how, why, where, who. And every time you ask yourself question, the answer to that question will help you come up with an idea. For example, where? I love traveling to Europe. I love traveling to countries in West Asia. How? I love traveling by plane. I prefer traveling by plane. I prefer traveling by ship. This is how. Who? I often travel with my family members. I sometimes travel with my friends. You can ask yourself questions and add more and more ideas. You can also say, I prefer traveling by plane. I prefer traveling first class. I sometimes travel economy class. And you can spice things up and make things more interesting and more complex by adding some adverbs like alone, independently, extensively, and so on. For example, I love going on long journeys alone. I love going on long journeys alone. So you can make 10 sentences on each topic. Okay, practice making sentences. These sentences will help you later on. So when you try to speak to someone, you will automatically and immediately remember the sentences that you have written in your notebook, and you will feel natural and feel more confident in speaking English. Step number 3, write 10 questions. Write 10 questions to the person you are going to speak with. Again, this is very helpful because, again, you will write the questions, take your time, prepare them. You will have them already in your head. This will make you sound natural, sound like a native speaker, and you will feel more confident in yourself. Let's say we are going to ask 10 questions on the travel topic. You can ask yourself, I'm going to make like 5 questions, but I want you to prepare 10 questions, okay? Let's say we are going to ask him about travel. Have you ever been abroad? Have you ever been abroad? Do you prefer traveling alone or with people? Where have you been to? Where have you been to? Or what countries have you been to? What was your last trip? What was your last trip? Or tell me about your most interesting trip. Or tell me about the strangest thing that ever happened to you on one of your trips, and so on. So now you have 10 questions in your mind and also 10 sentences. This is going to help you feel more confident and sound very natural when you speak English. Step number 4, find 5 people on social media and follow them. You can, if you are interested in travel, you can find 5 people, 5 travel vloggers on social media or on Instagram and follow them. This way, every time you check your phone, every time they post a video or publish a video, you will learn new things, new ideas, new words, new phrases. And this way, you will expand your vocabulary. You will expand your vocabulary. You will learn something new every day. Every time you check your phone, you will learn something new. Okay? So you're not just scrolling down. You are learning something new. You are learning new words. And you are expanding your vocabulary. And remember, everything you learn, like collocations, new words, new phrases, write everything down. Everything you learn must be written down in your notebook. So you will have a notebook and write everything you learn. Write everything down. This way, you will increase your vocabulary, you will learn something new, and your English will. Step number 5, practice speaking English. You can practice speaking English with anything, like with a teddy bear or your own pet, or you can stand in front of the mirror and practice speaking. You have to practice speaking. This is very important in order to learn. If you want to learn swimming, you can't just sit in front of the computer and watch videos on how to learn swimming. You have to jump into the water and swim in order to learn. The same thing is true for learning a foreign language. You must practice speaking. You must get over your fear. You can stand in front of the mirror, ask yourself the questions in your notebook, and answer them. You can even practice speaking with your teddy bear. Ask your teddy bear questions and answer the questions like you are talking to your teddy bear. You can even do this exercise. Try to describe your last trip to your cat. If you have a cat, sit and talk to it. I know it sounds strange and people could call you crazy, but it's okay. You don't have to do it in front of other people. You can do it when you are alone. Practice speaking in front of the mirror or with anything. The important thing is to practice speaking in order to get over this fear, in order to have confidence in yourself and feel natural, and so you can get better over time. Now, I have shared with you the 5 steps on how to remember words when you speak English. I hope it was useful. I hope you enjoyed the show, and please consider subscribing to our channel if you like the video, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.